And Alex looked just like the punk ass she was. It means what I say. You suck! You suck! You fucked that opportunity, little Alex, Mr. Fittipaldi said. The science curse-off makes you nervous, eh? Well, very well. Do you two want some blue equipment dropped on you, or do you want to answer a question? Jeff was asleep, but not Sappho. Pinch me and repeat the question, Sappho sighed. Mr. Fittipaldi was suspect. What do I mean when I say, lick me? He repeated. Sappho took off her hat and fanned herself with it, because her head had become too hot. You say, lick me, when you have money in your hand and lust in your gastrointestinal tract, Sappho said, her voice a bit gritty. Incorrect, Mr. Fittipaldi said quickly. Shitheel says, what? Sappho asked. What? Mr. Fittipaldi said, without realizing that he didn't believe what he couldn't hear. Fuck you, pussy, Sappho insisted. My dad is an oncologist, and he can give you cancer. That answer was correct. And I'm an economist, a fucking economist, someone in the audience, fond of humiliation, screamed. Is that you, Dad? Sappho said. I thought you were a... Sappho, Mr. Emerson Fittipaldi interrupted. Shut the fuck up, please. Lick me does not mean tell me how wrong I am. Mr. Fittipaldi turned to threaten Tanya and Melanie. Girls, he asked, who knows how to curse? Melanie got so agitated, her pulse rose above her head and started moaning. Lick me, isn't that your name after you've had 10 to 12 drinks, lost your memory, your car keys, and your will to live? No. And fuck you too, Mr. Fittipaldi said. He said it. And then he started dancing in front of Melanie. Not even remotely close! Second question. Now don't piss me off. In what year did Louis Pasteur do a naked poodle dance like the closed version I just demonstrated? Who? Tanya said. Huh? Melanie said. Red? Equipment? A sack of potatoes flew by Mr. Fittipaldi's head and landed in the laps of a mean streak of people, including Alex and the other contestants. Alex shook her head. She was either going to pass out or her dorsal fin was going to dislodge and pour into her eyes. Well, it was better than seeing her nude. That gave me a stomachache. Was Alex and loving it? No. She never and loving it did. I'm just a fucking dandy to y'all, aren't I? Alex exclaimed. Oh yeah? Well, I don't even want to be at this fucking science curse-off. Fuck every bastard one of you! Fuck Jeff too, Sappho interrupted as the curse-off finally kicked into gear. That fucking Peckerwood couldn't even pronounce SMF. He is an SMF! You tampon saleswoman! Fuck you, Jeff griped. In your technicolor dreams, Sappho spat. Not in my dreams, Jeff responded. And believe you me, your dad ain't no oncologist. He is an oncologist, Sappho said. No, he is, Jeff grunted. You bastard! Mr. Fittipaldi intervened. It takes one to know one. I wasn't sure, but I thought that was Sappho. Melanie and Tanya weren't paying attention, and neither was Sappho and Jeff, and neither was Mr. Fittipaldi. Melanie was trying to hold back an enormous globe from crushing everyone, and Tanya was staring down the front of her t-shirt. At least I fucking know how much 2 and 2 is. That greaseball Alex said quickly, you want me to tell you? It's the woman your dad slept with last night. Less 10. After he said that, there was no doubt I was going to set her TV on fire. I passed the hot sauce and tried to proposition her. Excuse me, Alex. I sure had nothing, if not grit. It's not your fault that you're a jackass. It's... Mr. Emerson Fittipaldi grabbed my throat. One of your teachers should have done this for Alex, he told me. Shut the fucking hell up! I shut. We're going to try to ask another question, Mr. Emerson said, his voice trembling. If you miss this one, we're dropping the blue equipment. Who described the earth as a poor man's son, with the tourniquet tied around it? The sun. That reminded me of something. Oh yeah, breakfast. Michelle was always asking me questions while I was trying to eat. Sappho, Jeff,
Do you know who said such utter bullcrap? I don't want any equipment falling on me, Jeff Salted. Great. You don't want any equipment falling on you. Then we have something in common. I don't want you all over my equipment. You bastards, Mr. Fittipaldi said. I closed my eyes, probably for good. You bastards, he said in a more suave tone. Are you going to respond, or should we rain down green equipment on you? Melanie raised her hand. Yes, Melanie, Mr. Emerson Fittipaldi said in a tone that was even more suave. Can we do both? I think you've been chewing so many chiclets and trying to be so cool that you forgot your dual nature, Melanie said. Everybody had expected it to rain. But what was incredible was that it was raining inside. Not only was it incredible, it was bogey 5 for the science curse-off course. No, we can't do both. We need more chiclets, Mr. Fittipaldi said firmly. I could see his point. It was above his eyes, on top of his head. Then I won't answer, Melanie replied. The sphincter says, what? Tanya lifted her head. What? Mr. Emerson Fittipaldi shook his head. Do you know what you just said? You just said that you're a sphincter who walks on Earth only when you're too red from walking on the sun. I looked out into the auditorium. My parents were looking up and praying. I spat. And spat again. At least I think I spat again. I looked at my fingers to count to 7. I wanted to count to 8. So I spat in my hands and tried again. Was I spitting just like my dad does? No. I was spitting like a Ninja Turtle. Galileo! I exclaimed. Mr. Emerson Fittipaldi was in full cardiac arrest by the time he heard that. The audience held back their applause, but Mom and Dad looked like they were on fire to applaud. I'd been a nutcase before, but now I was cursing like a scientist.
Thank you, guys. That was good.
I felt bad to say the least.
I think I'm a natural for the science curse.
And when
Yeah,
my
man.
little
I gotta
brother
tell you, Dominic, that
he
curse
had
up for you
what
there.
they call
Fuck
fetal
yeah.
alcohol
Yeah.
syndrome.
I miss my calling.
The kids
calling
used
is
to laugh and
Be the
talk
character of Don Cheney novel.
Well, that's
as
good
we
too.
walked
yeah.
to school.
Oh man, Linda closed the windows because she didn't want the neighbors to be
Fuck
frightened.
it up, but yeah, not.
Come on.
Oh, they're fighting. Huh?
No, frightened.
Oh, frightened. Oh, they're fighting. That would make
I
good.
mean, they call 911 or
the
something.
night.
There's a science curse off going on.
Called crack cocaine.
Mr. Fittipaldi's out of control. I'd like to report a science curse off at 1441 Ezra Lane. Please do something. Make him stop.
Remember who Emerson Fittipaldi was?
Yeah.
I threw a big crack party. Everyone was
I just
invited.
wrote the name. It's not in there, or else die.
And I got a girl named
So I sound
Cynthia
really nasal. I've been crying from laughing.
Yeah.
to blow my little brother for a fix.
Let's go.
And no one would fuck with us
That chapter.
No one would fuck with
Go
us.
to work, that chapter.
after that.
Well, it's good to get a chat where you can yell. You know?
Yeah.
Most of Don's
No one would fuck with us.
are a little more
No one would fuck with us
Right.
after that.
Watch out.
Yes, go on. You got to.
Oh, no one would fuck with us. No one would fuck with us.
I know as soon as the
after
camera
that.
was sitting there, you would be like, hey, dude, one of this shit.
Oh, no one would fuck with us
Facts.
after